Now, the tongue-tied leader of the free world, Joe Biden, had only been in the British Isles for what felt like 10 minutes. But it was long enough for a man who needs to be reminded on a daily basis that he's actually president to make yet another almighty gaffe. The US commander-in-chief, and a man barely in command of his own bladder, mistakenly said that the Irish rugby team of 2016 beat the hell out of the Black and Tans. Mr. Biden was referring to the New Zealand All Blacks. Take a listen.
See this tie I have with a shamrock on it? This was given to me by one of these guys right here. Was a hell of a rugby player, and they beat the hell out of the Black and Tans. Oh, God.
The Black and Tans were constables recruited into the Royal Irish Constabulary as reinforcements during the Irish War of Independence. Not a rugby team. And this is the guy, don't forget, who's got access to the nuclear codes. Time to build a wall shelter or something like that. Stock up on candles, cash and tinned meat. We're all in trouble. 2 weekends ago, this show broke the internet with 1 million views on all platforms with this big opinion piece about Joe Biden. Treatment of King Charles is a shocker, and millions of proud Americans will be ashamed at their president's behaviour in not turning up. I know most Americans would want their great country to be represented for this massive moment in history, the installation of a new British king following on from the iconic reign of Elizabeth II. Now, it's taken the press a while, but they finally caught up, with all and sundry acknowledging Biden's problem with Britain, even forcing a nervous denial from the White House, as reported in The Telegraph this week. Of course, Biden has a problem with this country. The proof is in the pudding. He won't do interviews with the BBC because they're British. He's delayed talks in relation to a US-UK free trade deal. He sided with the EU over the Northern Ireland Protocol. This week, he discarded the UK flag whilst travelling in his famous Beast presidential vehicle in Northern Ireland. And of course, shockingly, he decided to skip King Charles's coronation, with the only thing in his diary more pressing, it seems, being his afternoon nap. Don't give me any of that guff about how no US president has ever attended a coronation. The last coronation was in the 1950s. Times have changed. We live in a 24/7 news environment, and any president worth their salt who valued this country would attend. I've never been a great Trump cheerleader, and he clearly has profound flaws. But if he were in the White House right now, the ink would likely be drying on a US-UK trade deal, and the famously Anglophile Donald Trump would be at the coronation with bells on. And whilst Trump backed Brexit all the way, both his predecessor Barack Obama and Joe Biden have always raged about it. Biden having previously said, "We preferred a different outcome." Well, he's now taken another swipe at our exit from the bloc, this week saying the UK's departure created complex challenges. Correction, an intransigent EU has created complex challenges, Mr. President. Why do the likes of Biden and Obama hate Brexit? Well, because it represents people power, and it represents Britain's decision to strike out and become an independent sovereign nation. We had the cheek, the temerity to choose our own destiny as a country, to go our own way and to push back on the technocratic and corporate global elites, much of which is headquartered in Brussels. It breaks my heart to say it, but under the leadership of Joe Biden, the special relationship is on the rocks. Britain needs a new partner in the White House, someone that actually loves us.